Hey, 49ers fans. Today we're diving deep into a topic that has been on the minds of every supporter for years. The San Francisco 49ers have been a team full of talent, with high expectations season after season. But there has been one consistent hurdle standing in their way: injuries. It's hard to ignore the trend. And as we explore what's happening with this franchise, we're going to break it down from every angle. Since Kyle Shanahan arrived in 2017, bringing with him a reputation as one of the league's brightest offensive minds, fans have been thrilled with the offensive creativity and the way he can manipulate defenses. His pedigree is unquestionable, with football running in his blood, and his ability to design intricate plays has kept the 49ers competitive. But alongside those successes, a persistent shadow has loomed: the injury bug. Year after year, players have found themselves sidelined, some for weeks, some for entire seasons. This isn't just a small problem, it's historic in its scale. When you examine the numbers, the 49ers rank among the most injured teams in the NFL over the past several years. True media data, compiled meticulously over time, has shown that since Shanahan took over, San Francisco has missed over 1,600 games due to players being on injured reserve. To put that in context, the only team slightly ahead in games missed is the New York Giants, largely because of their notoriously tough playing surfaces and a series of unfortunate incidents. But the 49ers are right there, and this pattern has persisted year after year. It isn't just a coincidence or a one-off bad season. Each year, we see familiar names facing injuries, starting players missing snaps, and key contributors sidelined at pivotal moments. In 2025 alone, the team is already ranked third in games lost to injured reserve, and this doesn't even count players who were hurt but didn't make it onto IR. These numbers tell part of the story, but the human element, the impact on team chemistry, and the frustration for fans can't be captured in statistics alone. Watching a player like Christian McCaffrey or Nick Bosa struggle to stay healthy, or seeing a defensive stalwart miss crucial snaps, changes the dynamics of every game. It's not just about numbers on a chart. It's about what these absences mean on the field. The impact extends beyond the individual, affecting the offensive line, the defensive schemes, and even the confidence of teammates who have to adjust mid-game. Looking at Week 1 starters this season, for instance, only a little more than half of their snaps have been played consistently, highlighting just how much continuity has been disrupted. The 49ers have 5 offensive players and 4 defensive players who have started every game so far, and that's remarkable given the environment. But even that doesn't tell the whole story. Year over year, under Shanahan, the team has fluctuated in health rankings. Some years were better, some worse, and often it's been a frustrating cycle for fans who know the team has the talent to compete at the highest level if only they could stay on the field. Analysts, fans, and insiders have all asked the same question: why is this happening? Is it just bad luck? Is it something about the training, the play style, or the intensity of the practices? Each of these factors has played a role. Shanahan's philosophy is about physical football, a downhill, aggressive style where the team asserts itself and imposes its will on opponents. This is part of the identity of the 49ers and has brought wins, pride, and respect across the league. But that same physicality can contribute to wear and tear on bodies. Practices, especially Thursday sessions, have historically been very physical, with short recovery times before games. This schedule can create cumulative fatigue that manifests in injuries. Even the location and quality of the practice fields have been considered. The team practices on some of the best grass surfaces in the NFL, which should help prevent injuries compared to artificial turf. Yet when the 49ers move to stadiums with turf, the sudden change in surface can create vulnerabilities that bodies are not accustomed to handling. Some players and experts have even speculated on environmental factors near practice facilities, including proximity to electrical substations, which may have subtle effects on health and recovery. While some of these theories are more speculative, they highlight the lengths to which the organization may need to look in trying to solve this persistent issue. The consistency of the strength and conditioning staff is another piece of the puzzle. Since 2017, the staff has largely remained the same, creating continuity but perhaps limiting fresh approaches to injury prevention. Adjustments in off-season training, recovery protocols, and even in-season conditioning could be key to breaking this cycle. Every detail counts, from stretching routines to the pacing of contact drills. Everything can impact how players' bodies respond to the season's grind. And then there's the psychological component. Players buy into the team's culture of physicality, pride, and resilience, which can sometimes push them past minor injuries until they become more serious. Kyle Shanahan's approach emphasizes attacking and dominating opponents rather than preserving bodies, and that mindset has shaped the team's identity. Former players and recent signees have commented on how the intensity of 49ers practices compares to other franchises, describing it as relentless and demanding, but also as a source of competitive advantage. This duality is fascinating. The very practices that build toughness and team cohesion may also be a contributing factor to the injury trends we've seen. Looking at the data, games missed by injured reserve alone only tells part of the story. Many injuries never result in IR designations, yet they still impact performance and depth. The cumulative effect of these injuries affects rotations, play calling, and the ability to execute the offense and defense at peak levels. Fans watching at home might wonder what could have been if the team stayed fully healthy year after year. The talent is undeniable, from the skill positions to the trenches, but history shows that health has been a limiting factor, preventing the team from realizing its full potential in crucial moments. Over the years, we've seen the 49ers fight through adversity and still manage impressive wins, sometimes even deep playoff runs, but the nagging presence of injuries has consistently loomed over each season. It's a multifaceted problem with no single cause. Luck, play style, field surfaces, practice intensity, conditioning, and perhaps even environmental considerations all intertwine. What is clear is that any solution will require a comprehensive approach, combining adjustments in training, practice routines, conditioning, and recovery strategies. The team's leadership and medical staff have to explore every avenue to keep players on the field. The question that remains, and one that every fan thinks about, is how different the 49ers could be if health were no longer a barrier. What heights could this team reach if they could play a full season without key injuries? That remains the tantalizing mystery that continues to fuel conversations among fans, analysts, and the team itself. As the 2025 season unfolds, each game, each snap, and each practice will continue to be a part of this ongoing story, one that defines the resilience and determination of the San Francisco 49ers. As we continue to dissect the San Francisco 49ers injury saga, it's important to recognize that there isn't a single magic bullet that will suddenly make these problems disappear. The situation is complex, layered, and has persisted for nearly a decade, which means that understanding it requires a look at both the obvious and the subtle factors influencing player health. One of the first things to consider is the sheer intensity of the team's practice routines. The 49ers are known for their demanding Thursday sessions, often conducted with full pads, full speed, and a mindset that mirrors the aggression expected on game day. While these practices are designed to prepare the team for the physicality of the NFL, they also leave little margin for recovery before Sunday matchups. Over time, the cumulative effect of these sessions may increase the likelihood of strains, sprains, and more severe injuries. Even though Shanahan has recently scaled back some of these high-intensity sessions, the legacy of demanding routines still shapes the team's preparation philosophy. Another factor that cannot be overlooked is the contrast between the surfaces the 49ers practice and play on. Levi's Stadium boasts one of the finest grass fields in the league, offering a forgiving surface that reduces stress on joints and ligaments. However, when the team travels and faces opponents on artificial turf, the sudden change in footing and impact dynamics introduces an unfamiliar stress on bodies that have grown accustomed to grass. Even minor differences in surface friction, shock absorption, and angle of plant can result in significant injuries, from sprained ankles to torn ligaments, especially in positions demanding rapid cuts and bursts of speed. Then there's the style of play itself. Shanahan's philosophy emphasizes downhill, aggressive football where players are encouraged to dominate physically and impose their will on opponents. This approach has been effective in producing wins and earning respect league-wide, but it comes at a cost. Offensive linemen are asked to drive defenders with consistent power, running backs must absorb hits while maintaining explosiveness, and defensive players engage in high-intensity collisions throughout every game and practice. The very characteristics that make this team exciting to watch, toughness, resilience, and relentlessness, also contribute to the injury frequency. Add to this the demands of a long season, including travel, short weeks, and limited recovery time, and it becomes clear that injuries may be as much a byproduct of identity as they are of chance. Conditioning and strength training practices also play a pivotal role. The 49ers have largely maintained the same conditioning staff since 2017, which provides consistency but may limit innovation in injury prevention strategies. New techniques in load management, nutrition, mobility, and recovery have emerged league-wide, and while the 49ers have adapted in certain areas, there may be opportunities for evolution. Even small adjustments in weight training, stretching, and rest intervals can have significant impacts over a season, especially in a team where the margin between health and injury has proven so fragile. Environmental factors have also sparked discussion. Some players and experts have raised concerns about the location of the practice facilities, which are situated near an electrical substation. While this is more speculative, discussions around electromagnetic fields and their potential effects on tissue repair, thyroid function, and overall health have been ongoing. The human body is complex, and even subtle environmental influences could contribute to chronic fatigue, slower recovery, and susceptibility to injury. Whether or not this is a definitive factor, it is part of the broader conversation about why the 49ers have faced such persistent challenges. Off-field preparation, recovery, and medical intervention are equally critical. Players now have access to sophisticated monitoring systems, medical imaging, and rehabilitation programs, but these tools are only effective if integrated with training, practice intensity, and scheduling. Decisions about how to handle minor injuries, when to rest starters, and how to rotate personnel all have ripple effects throughout the season. Historically, the 49ers have had to balance the desire to win in the short term with the long-term need to keep players healthy, and that balance has sometimes been difficult to strike. Another dimension is the psychological aspect of being part of a team with a reputation for injuries. Players know the stakes are high, and every snap carries physical risk. This awareness can create additional mental stress, leading some athletes to push through pain or return prematurely from minor injuries, unintentionally exacerbating the problem. Conversely, it can also heighten vigilance and careful monitoring, depending on individual personality and coaching emphasis. Fans often ask what could change this pattern. There are multiple potential interventions: innovative strength and conditioning methods, adjusted practice schedules, rotation of contact drills, tailored recovery programs, and perhaps a reevaluation of environmental influences. Even subtle changes, like increasing rest between high-intensity practices, incorporating alternative therapy methods, or experimenting with microperiodization and training loads, could shift outcomes. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are swirling around Santa Clara, and if they turn out to be true, the league might never look the same again. Reports have surfaced suggesting that the San Francisco 49ers have pulled off a pair of jaw-dropping moves, landing both wide receiver Xavier Worthy and safety turnflex weapon Marcus Williams. And insiders are calling it the birth of the fastest offense the NFL has ever seen. It sounds absurd, even for a team known for innovation. But the rumors are spreading fast across locker rooms and front offices alike. Worthy, the rookie phenom whose record-breaking 40-yard dash sent scouts into a frenzy, is said to have been lured by the 49ers' dynamic system and the chance to play alongside Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk. Add that to Kyle Shanahan's playbook, and suddenly every defensive coordinator in the league is reaching for the panic button. What's raising even more eyebrows is the supposed signing of Marcus Williams, not as a pure safety, but as a multi-role hybrid who could line up in the slot, motion into the backfield, or even take on gadget plays. Some sources close to the team claim Shanahan sees Williams as a secret weapon capable of flipping from defense to offense in a single series, a concept that sounds straight out of a video game. Team insiders are keeping quiet, neither confirming nor denying the moves. But the chatter inside the 49ers facility reportedly feels electric. One anonymous staffer allegedly said, "Speed kills, and we just bought a Ferrari garage." Whether this is a smokescreen before another blockbuster trade or the dawn of a new era of offensive insanity, one thing is certain. The rest of the NFL is paying attention. If these rumors prove true, San Francisco may not just be competing for a Super Bowl. They might be rewriting the very physics of football. Fans are already flooding social media with reactions, some ecstatic, others skeptical. But if the buzz is even half real, the 49ers could soon unleash something the league has never seen before. An offense so fast it might just blur out of sight. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.